Hi guys, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Lucie and today we're going to do a quick lunch break yoga session.
Coexist Collective. Coexist Collective.
So let's start at the top of our mat. Your big toes are going to be touching, heels can be gently apart or together. Bringing that tailbone down, opening up through the chest, shoulders back and down. Hands either side of your body. Just taking a deep breath in and out. Inhale, we're going to bring our arms up towards the ceiling, shoulder width apart, looking straight ahead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, half lift, hands on shins. Exhale, placing your palms either side of your feet, stepping it back. Bringing your knees to the mat first and then following with your whole body. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, pushing to downward facing dog. You can paddle your feet here or stay in stillness, whatever you want. Making sure your fingers are spread wide, hands are shoulder width apart, bringing those hips up and to the back of the mat. We're now going to drop our knees onto the mat, coming into tabletop. So your wrists are stacked underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Inhale, head up, spine down, tailbone up. Exhale, head down, spine up, tailbone down. Inhale, head up, spine down, tailbone up. Exhale, head down, spine up, tailbone down. Inhale, head up, spine down, tailbone up. One more time, exhale, head down, spine up, tailbone down. Bringing it back to neutral now. We're going to take our big toes together and our knees as wide as our mat. Sitting down onto our heels, bringing the hands a little bit further forward. And then just melting into the mat. Forehead can or doesn't have to touch the mat. Breathing here in an extended child's pose. Inhaling, slowly coming back up to tabletop. Bring the knees underneath our hips. We're going to bring that right hand up towards the ceiling and then thread it underneath our left arm, placing that right shoulder and right ear onto the mat. If you want, you can place your left hand onto your lower back. Breathing here. Placing that left palm back onto the mat if it was on your lower back, and then pushing off it back to tabletop. Other side now, bringing your left hand up to the ceiling and then threading it underneath that right arm. Left shoulder and ear come onto the mat, and maybe your right palm goes onto your lower back. Breathing in and out. If you've got your right hand on your lower back, bringing it back to the mat and pushing off back to tabletop. we're simply going to tuck our toes and bring the hips up into downward facing dog. Again, you can paddle your feet here, slowly stretching the legs, or remain in stillness. On your next exhale, you're going to step it to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, hands on shins. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Hands shoulder width apart, looking straight ahead. Exhale, hands by your side. Inhale, arms up, this time looking to join palms. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, half lift, fingertips can stay on the mat. Exhale, placing the palms, stepping it back, moving through a chaturanga to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here in downward facing dog, making sure your arms are active, fingers spread wide. And again, we're going to drop the knees into tabletop. This time, we're simply going to bring that right knee forward, placing it down at the top of the mat and keeping that back leg straight. Coming into pigeon pose. So making sure your hips are square here and you're not collapsing on that right leg. Your hands can stay on the mat, either side of your right leg, or maybe choosing more of an active posture, interlacing the hands behind you, opening up deeper through the chest. Breathing here. Your back leg should also be active here. Releasing your hands if they're intertwined behind your back. Placing your hands either side of your right knee. Tucking the back toes and bringing it to downward facing dog. Again, once we're in downward facing dog, we're going to bring it to tabletop and slowly come onto the other side of pigeon pose. So bring that left bent knee forward, active through the back leg. Hips are square. That back leg is active. Hands either side or maybe interlaced behind your back, opening up deeper through the chest. Breathing here. If your hands are intertwined behind your back, releasing them, placing them either side of your left knee, tucking the back toes under and pushing into downward facing dog. Active through the arms, hips are pushing up into the back of the mat. Your feet should be hip distance apart. Also, just make sure you're not crunching your shoulders to your ears in downward facing dog, creating that space there. All right, we're going to bend the knees, bring them to the mat, and then just bringing our whole body down onto the mat. We're going to come into a Sphinx pose. So bringing your forearms in front of you, 90-degree angle. in your elbows and just pushing that chest forward. Bring the shoulders back, opening up through your heart center. Keeping your head nice and active in line with your spine. And breathing here. So this is a great pose for if you've been sitting at a desk, for a long time. So it's great for your posture, opening up through the chest if you tend to crouch in front of your computer. And then working that lumbar spine. Breathing here. We're going to hold this for longer than we do the other poses, really to strengthen the muscles in the back, help build a healthy posture. You guys are doing great. Keep it going. Few more seconds. You got this. And you can slowly lower your head towards the mat, bringing your elbows wide and making a little pillow with your hands. You can either place your forehead on them or maybe turn your head to the side, placing your ear onto your hands. Relaxing here. Bring that head back up and bring your hands either side of your ribs. We're going to tuck the toes under and push up into downward facing dog. Breathing here. And on your next exhale, you're going to step it to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, fingertips can stay on the mat. Exhale, folding forward. And inhale, bring it all the way up, palms together, looking up. Exhale, bringing your hands back down. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you back again.
Coexist Collective.